Hey kids, it's your dad here. Just going to give you another little update on what I've been doing last few days. Well, I'm back on the trail, so that's a good thing. I ended up spending a total of 4 days and nights in Mount Laguna at the Laguna Mountain Lodge, which is a fine place, but it's time to go. So the store in Mount Laguna was very helpful. They have a lot of firewood and a lot of beer, so it was a good place to be for a few days. That store came in real handy. It's kind of a quaint little place. They had some interesting artifacts and decorations, and had a nice feel to it. I ended up eating at the restaurant across the way for pizza and beer, which was pretty good, and ended up sitting next to a couple from Germany and a fellow from Sweden. And here's a fun fact: the King of Sweden every year sponsors a Swedish citizen to go on an adventure at state expense. And so the person who has been selected to go on an adventure abroad is walking the Pacific Crest Trail this year, and his name's Jonas. And so we had a nice conversation. Also, another fun fact: he's a naval officer for the Swedish Navy, and apparently it's not only permitted, but it's traditional for Swedish military members to have full-on Viking beards, so full-on beards, which is also interesting. So I got back on the trail on Friday. That was the 31st. In the morning it was pretty good. It was snowy. We got more snow than I expected. It was about a foot deep in places, but there were a few people ahead of me, so I just kind of walked in their tracks, and it was dry and it was really beautiful. Then afternoon it was a different story. All that snow started to melt, and it turned into this like slurry, really cold, messy slurry. So for about 10 miles I had soaking wet, cold feet. But I did have my first 20-mile day. I ended up walking a full 20 miles, a little bit more, and camped next to a stream with a bunch of other hikers. And the next morning it was really cold. I think it was 27 or 28 degrees when I woke up, and everything was frozen, and then everything got wet later on. But I made it out of there, and then walked about, I'm going to say about 14, 15 miles to the highway, where I picked up a ride to the town of Julian. And I didn't really have a plan. I tried the Uber app, and that didn't work. I did something for the first time in my life yesterday. I hitchhiked, and it wasn't 5 minutes after I got onto the road that a nice lady stopped for me and asked if I was going to Julian, and I said yes, and she just said getting back, and she wouldn't take any money. Her name's Kathy. She's a sweet lady, and very, very kind. And a lot of people around here are that way, which is so nice. Stayed at the Orchard Hill Country Inn last night. It's a very nice place. They had very nice accommodations. That bed had a lot of pillows on it. So many pillows. But I did get a good night's sleep, so I'm thankful for that. So today I have a long water carry up a mountain. The next water source is about 15 miles from here. There's a water cache, and so the goal is to try to get there by the end of the day. But I am carrying a full 5-day supply of food and 4 liters of water, so I'm pretty heavy. So it'll be a long day. Well, that's it for this episode. I don't have a whole lot to talk about, but I am going to leave you with another video montage of some of the things I've been seeing. But I also want to tell you that I love you and I miss you. I'm proud of you, and I'll see you soon. And in the meantime, take care of each other. Bye.